E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Because now I know when something happens in our lives that is unexpected, you have to go into it in order to ever have any hope of coming through it. So when you go, guess what? When you come out the other side, you grow.
Brought out more in me than I thought that I didn't even know that I had.
That has given all of us a great hope for what we can do with our own messages, our abilities to deliver, but most importantly, to deliver it in an authentic and very, very intriguing way.
Have you ever been in something or felt something where the only way you felt you could deal with it was to leave, get away? I thought that was the meaning of control. It took me 4.5 years to stop looking around the room of my life, of my journey, of my purpose, digging in cushions for a remote that never existed.
Looking, re-looking, going back and upgrading, bringing in and pulling out things that do not serve you must go.
Those things out in this world that are designed to bring us down, to keep us down, put their foot on our neck and whisper to us that we're never good enough, they don't whisper. They yell at us from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, 365 days. When somebody asks you about yourself, don't you dare whisper. When they ask you to raise your hand, don't you dare half raise it. When they ask you something good about you, you scream it with all you have. Come on now, get up, get up. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are.
Greatest truth of all, that not everyone has to remain lost.
soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Y'all better not be asleep. I ain't playing. Wake up. Wake up. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm excited today. I'm excited. Why do I look so fuzzy? And I put moisturizer on too. I didn't do nearly as much as our guest today. I've seen him put some lotion on, just keep putting his chapstick on backstage. He forget we got hidden cameras in there with him. See? Yes. So listen, I'm excited. Ben Harbor in the house today, y'all. Ben Harbor is in the house representing. I'm so excited to be here for a number of reasons, but primarily because when we come together like this, we are not only creating a divine moment in time, but we are fulfilling one of the greatest promises available, that one which guarantees us, where two or more of us comes together, something wonderful. I call it spiritual magic ensues. Can I get an amen? Come on now. Y'all better come on, quit playing with it. Quit playing with it. Today's the last day of March. January, February, March, which means it's the last day of quarter number 1. I want you to go to that fridge or that Post-it note you stuck somewhere, that journal, the console of your car, something you stuck in your purse or your wallet back on January 1st or that first week, and you said, I am going to do this thing no matter what. I'm reminding you, you still have time. Every day above ground is an opportunity, right? So go, be impeccable with your word. Do your best and let God do the rest. Can I get an amen? Don't worry about time moving by. Don't worry about it. Just do your best, okay? So now that I saw our guest, I got his lips. I'm going to get mine. I ain't trying to upstate. Lord, this must be some of that cheap chapstick. Feel like glue. Done made my lips ashy. Okay. Ooh, and it's nasty. Wiping that off. And it stank. I'm just fresh out. I didn't say the name of the brand, so okay. Listen, you guys, Friday is always my favorite day because it's casual Friday. I don't put the robe on. Plus, I was trying to show off my little new outfit. See, wait, look, he's got it on the leg, right? $7. Hit me up. I'll tell you about my little Chinese connection online. $7. That's all it costs. So today, it's a great day in the neighborhood because we're here. We have Cornell Burton Jr. in the house. If you don't know him, you're about to, and it is a blessing. You talk about an anointed brother. He is just amazing. He sings, but he does a whole lot more than that. Seriously, we're going to take a look at some of his work. He has a new project releasing soon, a new album, and he is from, like I said, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Benton Harbor didn't mean anything to me, really. Well, when I was in the system in foster care, like living in places like Covert, South Haven, Benton Harbor was a big place because we would go down there to Bargain Center to get our clothes for school. That was like, if you had something from Bargain Center, you better not come on the first day. That's all I got to say about it, right? Bargain Center. Shout out to Bargain Center. If anybody watching remember Bargain Center, put it in the comments. I remember, right? So anyway, but then I found at the age of 32, I found out that I was born there, that my birth family resided in Benton Harbor. So it was more than, when I found them, I don't even, Bargain Center was there for just about a few years after that. And so that's my home. And this is my home dude. He's here. And so I'm going to get him in here. Let me tell you just a little bit about him. Like I said, his name is Cornell Burton Jr., and he's an innovative and forward-thinking artist. He's a songwriter and educator with 25 plus years in the creative and performing arts. Now, his songs, they've been recorded and sang around the world by some of gospel music's most notable artists, and he's traveled the country sharing inspiration since
the ripe young age of 17. Now, he's also a husband, a father, and he's embarking on a new full-length album, not an EP, a full-length album release entitled All My Life. It's coming out, slated for just right around the corner next month. April 28th of this year, it'll be happening. So we want to support him, uplift him. Now, listen, y'all, let's bless each other in the manner in which we wish to be blessed, which means share this broadcast out. Touch someone. Doesn't cost you anything. It's not even painful. So just right now, hit somebody up. Tell them to get in here. Come and get their blessing. Come and get their blessing. Can I get an amen? Get them in here, because here he comes. Put your hearts on the screen. It's our way of rolling out the red carpet. And before I do that, welcome my sidekick. She's been here all 6 years. This is Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. And to let you know, that's the bell of purpose. If you got some kind of thing with your ears, hearing aids, turn them down, because I'm going to bang the mess out of this. I ring that bell when truth is on the table, because just like this bell, the truth, it in fact has a ring to it. I don't want you to miss it, okay? So get your people in here. Let's go. Here he comes, Cornell Burton Jr. Oh, you in your little studio?
Yes, sir.
Me too. How are you, Cornell Burton Jr.?
I am well. How are you, Dr. Lauren?
Good. Let me ask you, do you correct people when they leave the junior off?
I don't.
No.
You know what? Because sometimes they leave the Cornell Burton off. Just call me Junior. Depending on how long you knew me.
Junior?
Yeah.
Going down to BJ's and get me a quart.
Man, you brought up Bargain Center. You brought back some memories with that one, man.
Remember school shopping there?
Absolutely. Yep. And gym shoes, so that we can go over to MLK on Saturdays and play basketball for sure.
Bargain Center.
Yeah, Bargain Center was the spot.
So, listen, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
And I always like to start the show by allowing the guests just a couple minutes to kind of find your own vibe with the audience. So I'm going to dip out, just pour into everybody what's on your heart today. And then I'll come back in and we'll get the interview started. Sound okay?
All right. That sounds good.
All right. You take it away.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Lauren. Hey, my name is Cornell Burton Jr. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be with Dr. Lauren and all of you. I appreciate you for being here today. And really what's been on my heart lately, I've been sharing the simple phrase, all my life. Every time I posted, even my wife and I, we go back and forth with just the phrase, all my life. And what it is a reference to scripture that says, surely goodness and mercy is following me or shall follow me all the days of my life. And I am 44 years old, and through good times, bad times, ups, downs, good, bad, and ugly, I can just bottom line it and say, I'm still kept and I'm still blessed, and it still could be worse. And, God's been good to me. So his goodness and mercy is following me all the days of my life. And that phrase has stuck. That word has stuck to the point that it is the title of the album that I chose, All My Life.
I know that's right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy, if I could speak in tongues, I'd probably say something like Hasabapaka or something if I could. But I have once. I'll say that.
Okay, got you.
Right. Look, I'm so happy you're here today.
I'm happy to be here.
Let me get this out of the way because we must do our best. You guys, I want to remind you, because we are just a month away from heading over to Romania. That's the movie poster, because Oscar-nominated film directors, the Saylor brothers, are coming to capture this. And we're going over, it's a Legacy of Hope tour. I and 17 of my coaching clients are going to pour hope into the people, especially the children of Romania. We'll be there from May 4th through May 12th. So we need your light, your love, your prayers. And if you want to donate $1 or $2, we're not going to say no. This is a nonprofit. We don't take anything for ourselves. Everything is, and it's a lot more when you go out of your own backyard, because you don't have those relationships, that you have when you do an event in your own town. So we're headed over, and I just want to get this out of the way because we're partnering with, and then it's all you, Cornell.
That's awesome.
We're partnering. Yeah, and you know, I know you got something to say about this with Hope for Kids. It's a Romanian-based nonprofit. Yeah, but they take care of the kids in Romania, but all of the principals are in other countries for the same reasons you're going to see inside this short video clip. Hope for Kids partnering with Power of We Symposium as we go over to do kingdom work May 4th through 12th. Take a look.
Awesome.
I'm going to try bring it in.
Acolo a fost personalul de serviciu care te înjura, te blăstăma, ăsta și ți-o fura mâncarea. Unde? La dicta la Sfântul Nicolae. Să nu fie toate numai pentru bani. Acum deja numai pentru bani. Că toți donațiile și astea, și donațiile privesc copiii, nu? Da. Privesc copiii. Donațiile se pune în
The purpose of this documentary is to raise a universal alarm on the extreme poverty levels in which families and over 41.5% of Romanian children live in. Some children go to bed without eating. Some eat every 2 days. 8 in 10 Romanian children in orphanages are not even orphans. The extreme poverty levels of their families forces the parents to abandon their children either in an orphanage, a placement center, or with a family member so they can go abroad and work. Even more alarming than the rising poverty levels in Romania are its ramifications: neglect, child abuse, child labor, rape, trafficking, school abandonment, children ending up in the system, in prison, or even worse, dead. Now imagine a world in which all children can grow up in a loving family with proper food, access to education, sexual education, access to proper mental health and physical health, access to integration programs. Imagine these children having the same chance in life as our children. Let's be family to these children, all of us, together. Let's be the answer to the end of poverty and social exclusion. Join our forces and help us build a better world in which families and children of Romania flourish.
I'm sitting up here just talking because you know why? See, I should just tell people from the beginning. When you don't see me on the screen, I'm most likely going to fill up my coffee. But one day I didn't mute it.
Oh.
Right. And then somebody put in the comments, is he peeing?
Right. So now it's in the back.
Yes.
Right. I totally get it. I get that.
Now I turn it off and 60, forget to turn it on. What I was saying was thank you to everybody that's supporting us. I have put the link so you get for the GoFundMe inside your comments. Every penny helps. We make nothing from this. It's actually going to cost, but that's okay. God pays us in value. He pays us in divine memories and all the other things that he does to bless us. So it's not just about money. It's about making change. So Cornell, when you were itty bitty little bitty junior running around Ben Harbor, what part of town did you grow up in?
You know, I grew up in what's called Benton Heights. So I was out Euclid on Euclid Avenue, 414 North Euclid Avenue. That was my neighborhood. That's where all my friends were. And around in high school, we moved out to Sodus, Michigan. And I spent like
right there by the mall.
Yep, a little bit past that. Yep,
Right,
past.
I know. You could throw something in the sodas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I knew somebody that lived, when you go past under the overpass or whatever, you go to the end of the road.
Yep.
Right in there is sodas. Right.
Yep. Yeah. You turn left and you were in our neck of the woods. Yeah. Yeah. I grew up in Ben Heights.
So y'all probably hunting your own food out there.
It felt like it. That was the first time it started to be hard to get a ride home. People thought that was like going to Chicago or something. So
did you graduate from Benton Harbor High School?
I did actually. My educational story is pretty interesting. I ended up music took over my life, and I dug a crazy hole for myself, missing school, spending all my time in the choir room, and ended up just getting in such a deep hole that it made more sense for me to just go the equivalency route. So I ended up, studying for a test, have family members supporting me, pass through school that way by taking the high school equivalency test. And once I get done with this next phase, I'm going to write a book from GED to PhD, because I just graduated with my master's degree as well last year. So the entirety of that story from ninth grade till last year is, I think, something that I'm going to share at some point, because, a lot of people get into a situation and they think it's, it's got to end there, but God bless me.
Right. Now, you and I on the phone the other day, we talked about, I was like, do you know Curtis?
Yes.
You're like, yes. Remember Gospel Fest?
Down on the river or something like that,
yeah,
right?
I
remember that.
I remember that's where I met Curtis. And I remember I didn't know him, he didn't know me, but they had us lined up right beside each other. And I remember when I got done, he went up and I was like, ooh, I'm glad I went first. I sure wouldn't have wanted to come after him.
Yeah. No, Curtis is a different animal. He is. And it's crazy because I married his wife's sister. So
y'all family.
Yeah, so we family. That's my brother. And we were just in the studio together the other day.
I was just gonna ask that. Y'all done something together, some work, a project?
Yes, he's on the title song of the new project. He's on the song called All My Life. I got him on there to close out the song for me. So yeah, we've worked together forever, but since I've been here in Orlando, has made things a little bit easier for us to connect. He's been here for years.
Man, I wish we could hear All My Life today, but that's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Nope.
We got something for y'all. Don't worry. I wasn't going to let you miss anyway. I got a little something from, when was the piece that I'm going to show them? It didn't work. How long ago was that?
It didn't work. It's probably maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I think that was recorded in Gary, Indiana live. And I think I put it out the following year. So it may have been 6 or 7 years ago, but it's one of those songs that, because of the message to it, I can still sing it to this day. Some songs, just because the truth of it, truth is forever. So it's So that's one of my favorites. Actually, it didn't work.
Well, why don't we take a listen real quick? Come on, y'all. We're gonna go in a little bit. We're not gonna listen to the whole thing, but you gonna get it. Here we go.
Scream to the Lord for Psalmist Cornell Burton Jr.
Say no, it didn't work. 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 Say no, now come on, make some noise. Come on, we might as well do it tonight. My God. The plan of the enemy failed. I'm standing here alive and well.
You better quit playing.
Through the fire, the hand of God always prevails. Just when they thought it was all, into my story, you got the glory.
Hey.
You kept your love all around. You turned it around. You turned it around. Say, Lord God, protect by grace, still alive. Those weapons, they fall victorious every time. Say no, it didn't work. Say no, it didn't work. Say no,
cut it off or I sit here through the whole thing. Man, let me just get this out there. Next year in May, when we bring this Power of We Symposium back to Chicago,
yes, sir.
Every other year it's in Chicago and then it goes somewhere else in the world. If I'd have known, I'd have tried to drag your butt to Romania with us for real. I still might, but I know you're released that time. But I'm serious. I would love. We had the Chicago Soul Children Grammy Award winners at last year's, and they turned it out. You hear me?
Do.
Yes.
Shout
out to Dr. Walt Whitman. Thank you, Dr. Walt. Yes. So
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Have been since I was young playing the drums. I love
what you were saying. So let me tell you something. How does it feel, Cornell, coming from? Hey, shout out to also Isom in the house. How's everybody doing? A shout out to Ben Harbor. You know, a lot of big names have come out of the little itty bitty town of Ben Harbor. Yes. Everybody know about Sinbad and I don't know about that rumor. I done got into it with some people before. They say she ain't from Ben Harbor. Talking about Vivica Fox. You heard that one?
I have heard that. Heard that.
And I don't know. Somebody say, it's South Bend or something. I don't know. But anyway, if she shopped at Bargain Center, she from Ben Harbor. If she was at the Orchards Mall, she from Ben Harbor.
That's the test, the Bargain Center test.
Right. There it is. But a lot of Ernie Hudson and others, all kinds of athletes, all kinds of people. So absolutely. How do you feel like you know, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm getting ready to put Ben Harbor back on the map because we really ain't never left. But what's it feel like headed to where you're at? Because I'm gonna just say something to you. I can see it, brother. I can see it. They're coming. I can see it. They're coming. They're right around the corner. Something really wonderful is headed your way because you've been so consistent. Talk about when you knew through and through that, you know, I might have had a day job here or there, but this is my divine purpose. When did you find that out? And how do you hold on through all your life?
You know, it kind of goes back to what we talked about a little bit ago with, you know, when I was in high school, music just became everything. It was like my outlet. It took me places, you know, emotionally and in my imagination. And I found out early, I come from a long line, you know, people in my family sing and play and preach and all that. And it was like God took a piece of all of them and gave it to me. He gave me the preacher, he gave me the musician, he gave me the drummer, and then he added a little songwriting to that. So it was like he gave me pieces of uncles I never met and things like that. And I heard stories about, and I had all of that. And it was really early in high school. I'm like, you know, I really think this is what I want to do. And so I began writing songs and you know, playing the drums and sending music out. I had a lot of early different offers and things like that to sign to different labels. And, you know, my parents were very, very, very supportive. Anything I wanted to do musically, they supported in every way. And you're right. In Ben Harbor, you come from a long line of just crazy talent and people that have done a lot of things in different genres. Mm-hmm. And so I have, you know, people like Steve Jones and Jerry Lott. You know, this is more of the gospel folks that I was able to look up to and sit on the front row at churches and see them operate. My uncles are legendary preachers and things like that. So I knew early that there was a call for me to do something like that. And then you couple that with the heart just to want to see people better and inspired. And, you know, I would look around and see what singing could do to and for people and see tears in their eyes and things like that. And I'm like, you know, that's what I want to do. And that's what I feel in my heart I want to do.
Amen. You know, it's just an ocean of talent in Ben Harbor.
It is.
You ever did anything with David?
Yeah, David taught me pretty much the most majority of my early songs.
I didn't even have to say the last name.
Oh, no. You know, he's a first name legend. Yeah, first name legend. Yeah. So you talking David Brock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David played for me at my mother's funeral at Pilgrim Rest.
Yes. David has played for everyone.
And let me tell you something. He brought stuff out of me. A little Howard Hewitt came out. Some Barry came out. A little Pat LaBelle was itching, trying to get out.
Trying to get out of there.
Throw a shoe at my mom's funeral. So I went the other way. But I'm just saying, I knew it. I knew you did. So, oh my goodness. So, where do you see this going? Because this is a calling. This ain't a job. This ain't a career. This is a calling.
Yeah.
Tell me what you know. to be true about this calling? Because you know, come on now, I posted that list that's going around the internet now about all the schools with school shootings, and you just keep going like this. You're like, when is this thing going in?
Right.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Yes.
And you know, I don't just see names of schools. I see in the dark force that's moving through. And why are you always going to schools? Why are you trying to get these babies? Why? Why indeed? So let's talk about what it is, you know, that you've been anointed, called, if you will, to do, to help right the ship.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. You know, I have grown over the years. I've been doing this so long, and I've grown over the years to know that music is, I would say, the most, if not, one of the most, if not the most powerful kind of force. It is atmosphere changing. It is, it lifts people. It can also, we've seen, it can take people to dark places as well.
Oh yeah.
So I look at it now though as more of a vehicle for the entirety of the message, or the entirety of what God is doing. So music can sometimes open a door and get people locked in, get their attention. And then comes the work that God is wanting to do through that. So, you know, as all these evil things are just kind of being put out there, and we're watching this happen over and over again, I believe that, you know, the counter to that is the positive nature, the positive spirit, the spirit of God, that we can get out there through vehicles like what you're doing in Romania, through kindness, through music, through generosity, through all of that. So this is really what I want to do. Music has been that vehicle God gave me that I know to do more things. So, you know, I battled with myself, you know, for maybe a year or two about, man, am I done with this? Is this over? And am I going to do any more projects?
Right.
He snatched me out of that so quick. He was like, you know, it's not your gift. Quit playing. It's not your gift. I gave it to you, and this is the reason why you're breathing. So I gave you breath so that you can do this. So it's not up to you. I decide when you're done. So I'm doing that, but I also see a bigger picture. This music opens doors for him to do the work, and for the atmosphere to be changed, and for him to be able to touch people's hearts and lives. You know, so it's about really being a willing vessel, being willing to be used, being willing to be put out there. And I applaud anybody like yourself, or anybody that's in this day and age with social media and everybody's got an opinion. I applaud anybody who's willing to be used by God. Put yourself out there. Let God worry about the criticism. Let God worry about the rest of it.
I know that's right.
You know, so this is where I am. That's where I am.
And you said a mouthful, right? I'm ringing a bell of purpose. I'm going to tell you why. Because, you know, that happened to me a few months ago. I think it was the Huffington Post was interviewing me. And the woman, you know, when you're doing those interviews, you've done interviews where they try to trip you up. You kind of feel like they picking for a hole in your armor. And I was like, trick no good. You got you should have got yesterday for this one. And she said to me, how do you deal with haters? And I was like, what haters? She was like, everybody has haters. I said, I don't.
Right.
You don't have haters. What do you have? I have closet fans.
Right.
They just don't know they love me.
They know they love me.
And God's job. I can't say, why would I have anything attached to me with the word hate in it?
Right.
I don't work for the hater. I work for the space that love pours through. Right. Absolutely. And so that's one of the things I love about this work. You get to be the messenger in the most interesting times. It's all the time. So I want to ask you this. Moving forward, here we are in 2023.
Yes, sir.
COVID, kind of, sort of. New normal, kind of, sort of. Young people, when you, like, for instance, in that piece we saw from years ago, it didn't work. That choir and stuff. Are you that kind of an artist? Do you take this big sound with you everywhere, or do you have more intimate things? I mean, like, some of the artists have those people behind them, like, all the time. They come. Is that the genre? That's your market?
That's not really what I do all the time. And particularly in this moment, what I'm doing is doing a combination of things. I want to do the larger, more more production type, bigger
Yeah.
production type things. But I'm also going to head around the country and do more intimate listening type parties, interactive type things where we can talk and, I can get feedback and we can let the music open up the door to more conversation. So for me, it's a combination of both. But young people have always been, on my heart. Like even when I did large ticketed things, I decided early on that a child would never pay anything to see me. Their parents would never say anything for them, pay anything to get in the door. Because for me, I remember going to concerts and my parents took me, and I remember looking at the stage and what it did for me, that it opened up something like, man, there's something big possible. Yeah. And for me to give that to someone else, and I've seen that happen, how kids look and they see the band and they see the lights.
Yeah.
So that holds a very special place in my heart. So I've always had that with me, but I want to do more intimate things as well as the larger production, so that I think we need to talk and we need to converse and people need to feel heard and loved and felt. And sometimes that barrier between artist or presenter and people, it could be a little bit too great and too grand. And I want to eliminate that this time around to where it's like, let's talk. Let's
meet them where they're at.
Yes, absolutely.
Where they're at.
Yeah.
Which ties in with Come As You Are.
Yeah,
and I'm the same way. That's why this show was bathrobe moments and not tuxedo moments.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk. This is so good. I should have brought some popcorn. Oh, wait, popcorn. I did bring some. I already knew. So, and quit judging. It's casual Friday. I don't gotta eat.
I'm with you.
My hands and mouth gonna be just as cheesy. But anyway, listen. Talk about the songs on the album.
Yes.
Because I do a little singing too. I think I told you. And I know that my music comes directly from the life I've been living. So talk about you told us about All My Life, and it is the title track.
Yes.
Take us down the list of some of your favorite songs, if you could, and
Absolutely.
just give us a little taste of what was going on in your life, because I think it's important for people to understand that God does not make mistakes. We are never in anything that we cannot handle.
Absolutely.
He just keeps our journey interesting. And
Yes.
when you find that avenue in which you can spread it out through story, through song, you can see the literal finger of God working in your space. So
Absolutely.
take us down through your favorites and give us a little bit about what was happening that
For sure. Yeah, right behind me here is my project board, and that's on the left here is my list of songs. And what has been a hallmark really of my writing is honesty. So down through my albums, I've talked about issues I've had, marriage issues. I've talked about being depressed. I've talked about how God brought me out of like deep frustration, all of that. So this album is no different. One of my favorites is Love Brought Me Back, which kind of talks about what I told you about a few minutes ago, me trying to quit. I'm trying to take my gift and go sit down and tell God I'm retired. And I'm hiding under a tree and just out of, just trying to get away from things. And one of my favorite lines in that song is that you refuse to let me go. You're the closest friend that I'll ever know. And the truth is I'm still here because love brought me back. So that's one of my favorite songs on the album. One of them is called Next. And it talks about how outer forces try to destroy something that God has had in his mind since before we were formed in our mother's womb. And one of the lines from that song is, you can't kill what God has blessed. You can't stop what God has next. There's nothing you can do about it. What he said, he won't forget. So for those that have heard God say, you're next in line, or this is what I'm going to do, nothing can destroy it. Nothing can stop it. If God said it, you can just bank on it, just stay in position. You loved me through it is probably one of my more, it was when I went in the studio to sing that one, I had to press stop a couple times just to get it together, because it just talks about how, we can go through difficult things, but it's God's love that can pull us out, and love us through that. And sometimes the way out is through. It's not him rescuing you from something, but him showing you his love while he takes you through it. All of us are going to have issues. All of us are going to have troubles, ups and downs, things that hurt us and cause pain. But God loved me through it. And and the last one that I would share is one called Go That Far, which is kind of it's the most intimate. It talks about a real family situation that went through, kind of a very, very low communication point. Some things happened, with the loved one, and, and it kind of delves deep into that. And I'm gonna let people kind of wait and listen to that one, but it's probably one of the most honest songs I've written.
Wow. Listen, when we return from this brief break, and it is going to be brief, I want to get into it with you about the responsibility, not to take anything away from anybody, but I remember how it used to be back in the day when I first found my mom in Benton Harbor and found out Sinbad was from there. Let me hear. Sinbad was out at the Orchard Mall. I was like, where at? And what I'm getting at is how you feel about, because I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get that Grammy one of these days. You know that, right?
I receive it. Thank you.
I told you that before.
Yes.
You're going to get that Grammy. And with those, when we're elevated, to whom much is given, much is required. And I want to find out from you what your plan is. And, because Benton Harbor, they need us.
Mm-hmm.
Those of us that have left, they need us to come back and do more than just walk through the mall. Not to take anything from Sinbad. Hats off to you, bro, Mr. Atkins. But you know where I'm going. I want to hear your plan because, I need to do better. With that and more, there's a whole lot of programming still in front of us. Great time to share out the broadcast. Get your questions ready. We're going to open it up for that. When we return, we'll be back in about 1.5 minutes. Don't you dare go away.
On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years. Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time. That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it is your story that they will tell for thousands of years. But only if you leave it. Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them. 22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up. I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed. Welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harrison. Before we get the wonderful, wonderful Cornell Burton Jr. back in, I want to tell you about a little thing that helped me level up. I used to, drink the power drinks and Diet Coke and all that stuff that did not serve me. And then I changed my mindset. Reached for V8. Here's why it's a great idea to at least consider. 100% vegetable juice from concentrate, only 60 calories in every one of these babies. Easy peasy to find, 2.5 servings of vegetables in every can, and just head down the juice aisle at your local grocer and you'll find it. Don't wait until it's too late. Get V8, give it a try. I guarantee you're going to like it. Cornell, Junior, if you don't get in here, boy. Oh, I take it back. So, welcome back.
Yeah.
I wanted to get your take on civic responsibility, because a lot of people go off to college, they get their degrees, they do well, they relocate, and they kind of forget from whence they've come.
Yeah.
What is your take on that? I know you still have a nice family base in the Benton Harbor area.
Yes. Yeah.
You personally, not just going home for family reunions and things like that.
Yeah.
What do you have a plan for pouring a little something back into, especially the kids coming to Benton Harbor? Talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, my wife and I, we are dedicated to always having at least what I would call an arm of what we do as a family ministry in Benton Harbor. So we've hosted outdoor community days. I celebrated my birthday there with fun houses and all kind of things like that. So we are contributors to we donate, Boys and Girls Club, things of that nature.
Love the Boys and Girls Club across from the high school.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes.
And the other one. They got two.
The small one mostly, but yeah, I'm not sure how they use it, but yeah. And then there are people there that are doing scholarships and things for kids. We donate to them. And then I'm a big believer in exposure, seeing things changes. So I've always had the larger piece that I want to do is I've always wanted to bring a group of young kids to Orlando, spend some time and take them to Disney World, let them see some of the bigger things. For me, even as an adult now, the imaginative, way that Disney operates and just the scale of things, it does something for me creatively. So I would love to do an annual thing to bring kids and bring some creative kids and let them see, because I think seeing it is half the battle. You gotta be able to see it in order to aspire to it.
We should join forces and do something down there.
I would love to.
Would you really?
I would. Absolutely. I would love to.
I would too.
Yeah.
And I'm a vendor with Whirlpool. They call me in to speak. I get them on board. I just know.
We got to talk. Let's do it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now I want to ask you this. Dang it. Senior moment be gone. I rebuke you. See, they be trying everything. Just erase the whole board.
Right.
Look, I want to talk to you about this project. Are you going to go on tour? And because I got a feeling that you have a song on this project that could be a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I know, because I do know how I know.
Yeah.
I know my divine gifts. So it's true.
Yes, yeah, and we are actually setting up the first 2 months of dates right now. We are, of course, hitting Michigan, Indiana. We've got Memphis on board. We've got South Carolina and North Carolina. We have Atlanta. I don't know if I said Atlanta yet. We got Atlanta on board. Virginia Beach. We're going out there, and these are combinations again of concerts and also more intimate listening parties, more relaxed feel. So we are filling up dates for the All My Life tour, the All My Life experience. We're doing that right now, and then we're putting the word out there that if you want to bring us, we are definitely open for booking now.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find something for you up here in Chicago area, but I'm gonna just put it out there because closed mouths don't get fed.
Absolutely.
So if at any of those spots,
yes,
you need somebody to come out and introduce you.
Absolutely. And you got the voice, you got the gift. There we go.
I'm not kidding. Nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make me happier.
I appreciate that. I'm honored. I'm honored at you offering that. So for sure.
Quit playing. Look, I'm trying to make y'all. What I'm really doing is securing my seat to come to the Grammys. I don't care if I am up in the nosebleed section. Plant me up there, so when you win and you'll hear somebody scream out, "We love you!" That'll be me.
That's you. Gotcha.
I love you too. You
Keep
know how
putting
to
it out there. Keep putting it out there.
Right.
I appreciate it. I really
receive that. So, what are your hopes? Because as musicians, I know too, we do the work, and you always in the back of your spirit somewhere, you go, "Oh Lord, please let it land.
Mm-hmm.
Please let them get it," because you know how much it means to you. It's the message is so clear when it comes through you and not from you.
Yeah.
Talk about that struggle, if you will, of wondering or hoping. Will they get it? Is this the one?
Absolutely not. I'm having, I shared with someone the other day, I put out my first album at 17. I'm 44 now. And I'm having the moment that I used to have back then.
Back in the beginning.
I'm having nerves again. I'm having that type of anxiety, that nervousness about, okay, here they go. They're about to hear it now. And I haven't had that in a while. And it's enjoyable though. Like I'm enjoying it because it lets me know I'm back in that space where it means so much to me again, that people get it, that people understand it, that, I'm trying to make sure that the hi-hat is turned up 1 dB more than the other one, trying to perfect it. And so I'm in that moment now, and I am praying that it lands well. I really do feel like, because it's coming from such a sincere place, it's coming from a couple years of living, and pouring that into
44 years of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And pouring that into the music, that, what comes from the heart will reach the heart. So I'm confident in that. But at the same time, I am having that moment again. I'm like, oh, am I 17 again, putting out a first album? And it's an enjoyable discomfort, I would say. I'm enjoying it because it's funny to me. I'm like, I haven't had that feeling in a while. So I'm enjoying that in kind of a cool.
Let's talk about that for a second. We got a few minutes left. Let's talk about that for a second. Because I believe that's something that more people than we even know, because a lot of us won't admit to it, experience, where it feels like we think our passion left us or we lost it. Just like, God done left me sitting here. No, he didn't.
Right.
We did it.
Right.
And we came back. And everything that we feel is gone, when we return to where we left it, it'll be right there.
Absolutely.
Because the truth is the only thing in this universe that never changes and will never change on us. So talk about, what do you attribute those, because it's all a part of the journey. It happens for a reason, never about just one thing. But for you personally, Cornell, coming back to it, does it make you look over your shoulder as, how did I not, where did I lose this? Or where did I leave this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's, for me, it was a journey through a pretty deep battle with depression a few years ago. And then every artist, that I've met, I won't say every artist, but every artist that I've met, I know intimately, we live on this kind of edge of something that's hard to describe, because, it's hard to shut our minds off. We're constantly thinking. Sometimes, it takes me 2 hours to unwire after a session, to even go to sleep. So it's, we live on the edge of something. So for me, coming out of that battle that I had, and then questioning myself, like, do I want to do it? Do I still have any value in doing it? Will people still find value in me doing it? And having all that going through your mind, it's heavy. It's very, very heavy.
It can be.
And then getting to that point of victory over that, and having God confirm, not so gently, having God confirm that this is his, it's not yours, it was never yours. So it brought me back to a place of confidence. And I think that is, that's all I needed. I needed that confidence, knowing that he gave it to me, he's going to use it, and let him worry about the rest. And then of course we're human. So once we start operating again and moving again, and we start seeing that the love is still there, that, man, there's people like, yo, I've been waiting on you to open your mouth. I've been waiting to hear from you. I want to, so that does help, but we can't live off of that. We have to live off that God confirmation that this is why I put you here. You've got to open your mouth. You've got to sing. You know what I mean? And so that's what it was for me. I had to get my confidence back, and I had to give God back his stuff. And like, this is his stuff. And otherwise I'm like, yo, why are you here if you're not going to do what he called you to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And depression is like a paint strip, almost, or like an onion, layers, different. It's not the same for any two people. I don't care what they say. Yeah. So give us a little Reader's Digest version of, what did the depression feel or look like for you? Could you not get out of bed? Did you just, talk about it? Because that's a real thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. So what it was for me was, I did have the close the blinds, struggle to get out of bed type situation. Definitely was no creative energy at all. It was like, I probably didn't touch a keyboard. It was a long time, a year and a half.
Wow.
The first part of it was operating within it. So trying to do it. And then it just kind of just totally, it was like, you're done. And it came, just a combination of life events and things that kind of disappointed me and hurt me in a deep place. And I guess my assumption, I just didn't handle it properly. And so it took me to that place where it was like, why exist? Why there's no music, there's no inspiration, there's no creativity. And it was like I was hiding. So I was in my house, not talking to people, hard to get out of bed, that type of thing, no inspiration. And
what did the people closest to you do? Was it some kind of intervention thing? Because they go, when you gonna get out of bed, boy? This,
right.
That, and the other. And leave me alone. I'll get up when I'm ready. Because I went through it, and you
Yes.
couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
It was me. It was like, this is what I want. This is what
Right.
I want. So talk to that person that may be experiencing or having someone that they care deeply about who is experiencing any type of depression. Give them something that you reached for, that you kept within reach, that felt like a brass ring that you could use to pull yourself back up to where you needed to be to find your way to where you are right now.
Absolutely. What I would say, if you are that person and you are observing what's happening and maybe some of your efforts and with the best of intentions is not working, that person, whether they're responding to you or not, they know that you're there. They know that you love them, and they're hearing you, whether that pride or that anger or whatever it is that they're going through allows them to acknowledge that or not. So remain there. Don't take things personally, and continue to pray for them, continue to offer resources, and just let them know that you're there to love them through it, and you'll be there on the other side, and you'll be there every step of the way. But don't get thrown off. They know you're there. They know you love them. It's just sometimes that our best efforts, there's something else that's needed. But I'm blessed to have a wonderful family. My wife was with me every step of the way, even through maybe some of my more abrasive moments and leave me alone type stuff. But she was there, and she's here now, and she knows when something's not right, and she knew, like, this is not you.
See.
We need to get you back to you. Yeah.
Tell us about what we see on the screen. Text all my life to the number. When people do that, and I know you will,
mm-hmm.
What happens?
Well, when you text all my life to 470-673-0625, you're going to get a response back from me automatically that will take you to information on how to get full access. What I'm doing with this project is, as I do the pre-order for my new project, I am allowing people to have access to every project I've ever recorded. I've developed a platform that has housed everything I've recorded since I was 17 until now.
Wow.
You have access, and the goal is to expand that with more artists, morning shows, just positive, inspirational things like what you're doing here. And that response will get you my full catalog. You'll have access to that, so you can catch it. Maybe there's people that have never heard of me before. You can catch up on all my new music, so that on April 28th, when the new album comes out,
you right there.
I know this guy. I'm ready for what's next.
Yeah. Like when you catch a show, you sit at somebody's house and they in season 8 or something. You see it,
exactly.
You go, "Ooh, I want to watch it." You go all the way back to the beginning.
Exactly.
And that means that because you want people to be baptized inside the full body of your work.
Absolutely.
To know not just a word, not just a paragraph, not just a page or a chapter, but the entire volume up till this moment.
Absolutely.
I love it. And I'm assuming what we see scrolling along the bottom, I gotta have access.com, pretty much does the same thing as All My Life. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
For those of you who want to just reach out to Cornell, and I know you do, on Facebook, there is the link, and we have already dropped one of the links inside your comment section for easy access, and we'll drop these other two at the conclusion here in just a moment. Cornell, I want to say just something to you. So proud. What an honor to know you. And I'm serious about us doing something, bringing some joy and bringing some of it back home to Benton Harbor. Shout out to all of you in Benton Harbor. A lot of people, we have our different stories, and mine was a tough one there. But you know what? Like I said, God does not make one single mistake. He's merely keeping this shit interesting.
Absolutely.
And I said shit. Yes, I did. Because anything that does not serve me, that's exactly the pile I throw it in. Yeah. Right. get on out of here. We got work to do, kingdom work, right? So,
Yes, sir.
Cornell, I don't have to say, I don't believe in luck, but I will say all the best. You have an anointing, and I cannot wait. I want to be there. The world will know your name. I've seen it, and I know it's coming. Can I get an amen?
I appreciate you, Dr. Lauren, and thanks so much for having me. It's a complete honor to spend my morning with you. And
anytime, and I mean that, anytime, any of y'all from Ben Harbor want to come home, get at me. Now, listen, hang out for a second backstage. I want to make sure we set up something from this so that we don't let it fall into the junk drawer of our ideas and intentions. We do something with it now, and you do something now. Get out there today and be the very best version of yourself, whatever that looks like, as long as you have been willing and you've done your best. What is greater than you? What is greater than me? What is greater than us? We'll do the rest. Have a great weekend. Beth Bell is with us from California come Monday morning, God willing. And I want to meet you right there on the front porch at 8 a.m. Central, like we do every Monday through Friday. So together we can create a divine moment in time through illuminated conversation. I'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Cornell, great job, my friend. Great job.
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Bye, everybody.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you